Detective story. It's a cold and crisp New Year's Eve, and the city is alive with excitement as people prepare to celebrate the new year. Detective Beatrice and her partner, Edward, are working at the precinct when they receive a call about a robbery at a local gallery. As they rush to the scene, Beatrice feels a sense of excitement. She loves solving mysteries and knows that this case could be the start of a new year filled with challenges and adventures. When they arrive at the gallery, they are greeted by a group of panicked employees. "We've been robbed," one of them exclaims. "Someone stole a valuable piece of art." Beatrice observes the chaotic scene and sees that the gallery has been thoroughly searched and vandalized. It is clear that the thief knew exactly what they were looking for. She turns to Edward and nods. "It's time to get to work," she says. As they begin their investigation, Beatrice feels a sense of excitement. This case could be the key to her next promotion, and she is determined to catch the thief and recover the stolen art. But little does she know, the case will take a series of unexpected twists and turns. The team starts by questioning the gallery staff and security guards to get a better understanding of what was stolen. They quickly realize that the stolen art is a rare and valuable piece, and the thief must have had inside knowledge in order to take it without being detected. However, as they examine copies of the stolen painting, Beatrice and her team are surprised to find out it is actually quite ugly. They cannot believe that someone would go to such lengths to steal such a poorly done piece of art. And why would it be worth so much money? Beatrice wonders. "It's not that ugly," Edward interjects as he examines the painting closely. "There's an enigmatic beauty to it that I can't quite put into words, but it touches something deep within me." "How poetic," Beatrice says thoughtfully. She is a bit intrigued, perplexed even, by Edward's comment. "I didn't know you had such an appreciation for art, Edward," she adds with a smile. Edward remains silent. "So, who is your suspect?" she asks, returning to the matter at hand. Edward shakes his head. "I'm not sure yet, but one of the guards told me about a farewell party for another guard who is retiring today. I still need to finish my round of interviews here, but you may want to pay them a visit." Beatrice nods in agreement and heads off to investigate the party. But before she can get far, she notices the gallery's director, Luca Colombo Moretti, sneaking out through a side door. "That's odd," she thinks. "I guess the party will have to wait." And so, she decides to follow him instead. She trails his car for over an hour, but they arrive at a warehouse next to the gallery. "I guess he was trying to throw off any stalkers," she thinks. Beatrice observes Luca from the shadows as he removes a large wrapped canvas from his car and hands it to a group of shady-looking characters. She realizes that the canvas must be the stolen art, and she knows she has to act quickly. As she approaches the warehouse, Beatrice's heart is pounding in her chest. She draws her gun and shouts, "Police! Everyone freeze!" The shady-looking characters turn to face her, and Beatrice can see the surprise and fear on their faces. They raise their hands in surrender as she approaches them, her gun aimed at them. Just as she is about to arrest them and recover the stolen art, she is confronted by her partner, Edward. He stands in front of her, his eyes cold and hard. "Edward? What are you doing here?" Beatrice asks, confused. "Step away from the art, Beatrice," Edward warns, his gun pointed directly at her. She can see the guilt in his eyes, and it dawns on her that her partner is the thief. "Edward, what are you doing?" Beatrice asks, her heart sinking. "I guess you deserve to know," he sighs, not lowering his weapon. "I paid Luca to steal the painting and bring it to me. I was going to sell it on the black market and make a killing. With our plan in place, Luca masterfully stole the artwork and delivered it to me. But why would Luca do that? The painting is worth a fortune. He could have made more money by keeping it in his gallery," Beatrice points out, her hands on her hips. "Why would he steal it and give it to you?" she demands, her eyes narrowed. Edward shakes his head in anger and frustration. "That painting was mine. I painted it. It's not by anyone famous. I convinced Luca to pass it off as belonging to a famous artist who is no longer alive and display it in his gallery. And since he's such a well-known authority, everyone believed him. You painted it? And Luca authenticated it as belonging to a famous artist? You did all that so you could steal it and sell it for top dollar?" Beatrice's head is spinning. "While you were trying to send me to that guard party, the actual stolen painting was right here, next to the gallery. You used your position and planned everything so carefully and thoroughly," she adds, her voice filled with shock and disappointment. "Why would you do something so foolish and dangerous? What could possibly have been worth such a risk? I did it for the money. I've been drowning in debt for a long time, and I knew there was no way I'd get that promotion. It was obviously going to you. So I decided to take matters into my own hands," Edward confesses. Beatrice is overwhelmed with anger, betrayal, and sadness all at once. She cannot believe that her own partner would be capable of such a thing, and she feels a deep sense of disillusionment wash over her. She takes a step back and looks at Edward. "Don't do anything rash," she urges, trying to appeal to his better nature. "Come with me peacefully. You made a mistake, but you can still turn yourself in and make things right. You don't want to make things even worse for yourself." "I'm not going anywhere," he says, aiming his gun at her. "You think I'd let you walk away after all this? No one can know what happened here tonight. And I'm not going to let you take me in. I'll do whatever it takes to protect myself. Wait," she tries one more thing. "Why did you make that painting so ugly? It doesn't make sense. It works." Edward's proud laughter fills the room. "That was the plan," he explains. "I wanted to show that art is meaningless and people only listen to authority. So I made it as ugly as possible, hoping that anyone who saw it hanging on the wall would feel foolish and embarrassed." "Well, that's too bad," Beatrice says with a sly smile. "Why?" Edward asks, genuinely intrigued. "Because you'll never guess who's actually going to appreciate it." And with that, she channels all of her energy into disarming him. With quick and agile movements, she manages to knock the gun out of Edward's hands and take control of the situation. But at that moment, Luca tries to take his chance and reaches for Beatrice's gun. He almost succeeds in his sneaky attempt, but fate intervenes in the form of a loud explosion. Luca takes cover, thinking it is a gunshot, only to realize that it is just the New Year's Eve fireworks. Beatrice cannot help but laugh at the absurdity of what just happened. She is relieved that she was able to take control without anyone getting hurt, and now everything is fully managed. By the time the police arrive, Edward, Luca, and their accomplices are already in handcuffs, and Beatrice hands over the ugly painting to her team of officers. They all stand and stare at the terrible piece of art, still unable to believe that their colleague Edward had painted it and then tried to steal it. "What should we do with this painting?" asks one of the officers. "We've collected all the evidence we need for the trial. This ugly thing is completely worthless now." "Oh, it's not entirely worthless," Beatrice says with a small smile. "I have the perfect place for it. On Edward's prison cell wall." Cheers to that. Everyone laughs. It is a fitting punishment for Edward and his accomplices to be reminded every day of their failed scam. Thanks for watching. Please do not forget to like, share, comment and subscribe.